And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Wine Stream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight I have something exciting to share with you. Yes, the long search is over. After hunting around for a couple of months, I have found a Greek wine, and we're going to try it tonight. This is pretty exciting. I've never had a Greek wine before. I'm not even sure how to pronounce the name of this wine. So this should be fun all the way around. Of course, I have some nice foods to pair it with that have been prepared by my lovely wife, Chi. And, we're going to tell some dad jokes and toast some national days. And we're going to learn about this wine. I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to the kind of grape that goes into this particular Greek wine. And I'm going to learn right along with you because this is new to me as well. Once again, I've never tried this wine before. Never tried a Greek wine that I know of. So I'm really excited, maybe a little apprehensive, but because I really don't know what to expect, but I'm really excited to try this out. So looking forward to it. We'll see how this goes. Okay, if you're just joining me for the first time or the 165th time, because this is, I believe, the 165th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, this is a stream of consciousness kind of show, right from this consciousness right here. I do have show notes, and they're right here with me. They're right here. But I don't always follow them verbatim, and sometimes I don't follow them much at all, because this show isn't about me. It's somewhat about the wine. The wine's a catalyst to get things going. But the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, kicking back with our favorite libations, no matter what they are, and just having a great time. It doesn't have to be wine. It can be whatever you want to drink. Okay? As long as you're legal to drink it. Whatever you want to drink. And snack on too. Feel free to snack on. It won't offend me. I'm going to snack too, right along with you, so no worries at all. Just kick back and have a good time. Let's just enjoy each other's company and enjoy the show. Let's get in the chats. Of course, the chats are live. Let me show you what we have going on here. We've got on the webpage. That's Tia's website there. I had that up because I was pulling up earlier. There we go. All right. You can watch the wine stream live with a live real-time chat on our Facebook page. The Facebook page is Drink with Rick. The YouTube channel is youtube.com, and you just type in, do a search for Drink with Rick, and you'll find it. Twitch channel is Drink with Rick. Drink with Rick 1. I haven't had any wine yet. It's twitch.tv/Drink with Rick. And the number 1, all one word, Drink with Rick 1. Twitter is Drink with Rick, at Drink with Rick. Odyssey is Drink with Rick, and you can pull it up. I think the URL is at drinkwithrick:7. I'm not really sure how that works over there, but you can find it, Drink with Rick, and you can find the live stream going on there with a live chat. Please join me in the chats. And, of course, the podcast. The podcast goes out, the podcast version of this show, if I can pull it up, if it'll pull up for me here. All right, there we go. The live stream is up now. The podcast version of this show goes out Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, Deezer. What do we have here? Amazon Music. There's so many of them. I'm starting to forget how many there are. Podcastindex.org, and by email. And if you go to drinkwithrick.com, click on the subscribe page, click on the little blue by email button. Click on that button, put in your email address, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops. And no salesman will call. It's just for the podcast. And, of course, you can unsubscribe from any of these venues at any time, but please don't. Please don't. You're going to miss out on everything if you do. Of course, you can subscribe on YouTube and all that other stuff, but I don't really push that too much. I mean, you can do that if you want, and that's fine. That's great. But I'm not here to promote YouTube. I'm here to promote my show. Okay? That's what that's all about. And of course, if you want to contact me for any reason, contact me at rick@savoyamedia.com. That's rick@savoyamedia.com. That's the official email for Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream. Anyway, I want to show you all about this wine. But first, before I do that, let's get into the chats and see who's in the chat. Looks like it's a little quiet right now. People are just finding their seats. Okay, that's fine. And we have folks watching, but we are going to be here for the next hour or so. And just jump in and tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're not drinking. Tell me what you'd like to be drinking. And tell me what you would like to see me drinking. And if I can afford a bottle of it, I'll see if I can buy one and drink it along with you and give it a fair and an honest review. And of course, if you're a vintner, you have a wine that you want me to try and review, send me a bottle, and I'll be happy to give it a fair and an honest review. Okay, so let me tell you all about this wine that we're drinking tonight. Looks like we're good everywhere here. All right, good. Let's go ahead with the show. All right, this is what we're drinking tonight. This is a Kotrotsos, a Greek wine. This is Agiorgitiko. Now, I'm pronouncing this as I don't know how to pronounce. I am pronouncing this as best I can, Agiorgitiko. I believe that's how it's pronounced. This is a 2019 red wine. This is the Agiorgitiko grape, and we're going to learn a little bit about this grape. I'm going to go ahead and read from the back of this bottle. This is what the back says. Agiorgitiko, protected designation of origin, Nemea PDO, dry red wine, 2019, from Kotrotsos Fine Wines. The Agiorgitiko is a red grape variety which thrives in Greece and specifically in Peloponnese. A protected designation of origin, Nemea, PDO, I guess that's what PDO stands for. It is a fine, full-bodied wine with a deep red color and a pleasant aftertaste. It ages in new oak barrels where it develops a rich bouquet. They spell barrels with one R. Interesting. There is 13% alcohol by volume in this 750 milliliter bottle, and it is bottled by Kotrotsos Winery in Vasiliko, Achia, Greece. And that is, the website is kotrotsoswines.gr. So that's what we have going on there. So that's the wine. Let me show you what we're going to pair it with tonight. Tonight we have, my lovely wife, she has prepared a little dish for us. We have a couple of cheeses here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the cheeses are I don't know if she's in the chat right now to correct me or not, but this, I believe, is a Cracker Barrel cheddar. And this is, of course, the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda. And then we have a slice of pizza with black olives and cheese from our local Brooklyn pizzeria there that we like to frequent. It's very good pizza. And then she has a really nice garnish here with some fruits. Really, really lovely garnish. Thank you, Chi. It's a wonderful piece of food art as always. It really is. It really is. I'm not making fun of it at all. I really think she does a fabulous job presenting the food as well as she does creating and preparing the food. That's what we've got going on there. All right, so let me check the chats one more time before we open up this bottle of wine. And kind of quiet everywhere for the moment. But if you're watching, it's okay. You don't have to get in the chat if you don't want to. But if you can, just jump in and say hi. But we have folks watching, and I'm glad you're here. Really glad you're here. And just kick back and enjoy the show. If that's all you want to do, that's fine. Let's go ahead and open this bottle of wine. Let me make sure I'm all set up here on. All right, we're good. We're good. Okay. We're live everywhere. I mean, everything looks great tonight. Interesting. Hopefully no more hitches. Had a little bit of a hitch last week, but it wasn't a major thing. All right, let's go ahead and open this bottle of wine. I'm really excited to try this out. Just cut the foil with the foil cutter. If I can get it in there. It's kind of thick. There we go. Excellent. And then we have a cork. And then to uncork the bottle, or to decork the bottle, as I like to say, because I like to do things differently. So, uncork, he said. Well, what an amateur. Decork. It's I like to decork the wine. The wine is decorked. Okay. And of course I have an aerator here. I think I'm supposed to aerate this thing for, or decant it for half an hour, but I did not do that because I want to open it on the stream, and we can't sit around for half an hour waiting for this thing to decant. So we're not going to do that. You can do it, buy a bottle if you like it. If I like it, and it's recommendable, if that's a word, then feel free to buy one and decant it to your heart's desire. But I'm not going to do that tonight. All right, and of course, to hold the grape nectar, I have my trusty Galway genuine Irish crystal glass from Ireland, imported from Ireland, by the way, and given to me as a gift by my employers at buy2weradios.com. Let's pour a little bit of this wine into the glass, a little bit, and let it breathe on its own. Let it sit for a minute. We'll give it a little bit of a swirl. Okay, all right. By the way, I'm doing this on my Drink with Rick coaster, my official Drink with Rick coaster, which you can, for the rest of the month, for the month of July 2022, you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll send you back a pair of these free. Yeah. Okay, let's swirl the wine around a little bit. Let's set it aside for just a moment. And while it's breathing, let us breathe, take a little breather, and let's learn a little bit more about this wine. Now, I checked around online for this because I'll be honest, I purchased this. There's a funny story. I think I related it to you last week, but if you weren't here to hear it, I went to wine stores searching around for this Greek wine. Of course, the Greek wines were mentioned, I think, a couple of months ago by one of our viewers, and he asked me, he said, have you ever tried a Greek wine? And I said, no, as a matter of fact, I have not. And he says, you should try Greek wine. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to search around for a Greek wine to try. I hunted around and I couldn't find any Greek wines. Not in a local supermarket and in the other places I checked, I could not find any Greek wines. I did find one at Total Wine, the Total Wine area in Charlotte, North Carolina. As a matter of fact, I walked in the door saying, I'm looking for Greek wines. Do you have Greek wines? And the gentleman there, the clerk, said at first, well, we don't really have a Greek wine section. We don't really have one. And I said, well, that's disappointing. And he said, but wait a minute, maybe someone here will know where you can find one. So we went around to another aisle, and there was a young lady in the other aisle, another clerk, putting wines on the shelf or whatever she was doing, taking inventory, I think. And he asked her, he says, do we have any Greek wines? And she says, well, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. We have a whole section of them right over there. And she pointed to a lower corner of the shelf in the aisle that she was working on, real lower, and the bottom shelf. And there were about 6 different Greek wines, and just down the bottom of the shelf. That was their section, just a little tiny section. I think their dessert wine section was bigger than that. As a matter of fact, yeah, it is. But I went over there and I pulled out, I found 2 Greek wines to try. This one, and there's another one that is down there at Hermes, and we'll try that another time. But I wanted to open this one up because it looked pretty intriguing. So I'm opening up now. We're going to let it breathe some more, and then we're going to give it a try. Looks like it has some real tears to it, actually. I'm holding up this glass, and wow, I think I said 13% alcohol by volume. These are thick. We've got some thick legs here. Wow. Okay. Can hardly wait to try it. I'm getting a little bit of an aroma here. We're going to let it open up for another minute or so. Let's learn a little bit more about this wine. I checked around and I found it online in a few places. It wasn't one that was super popular, but in the places that I did find it, Wine Enthusiast had it listed. Well, actually, they had the Agiorgitiko grape listed. They didn't really have this particular wine listed. So I learned a little bit about this grape from them. Vivino has it, actually. They have it listed, but they didn't have this year listed. They have up to 28. They have 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. They did not have the 2019 vintage listed, but they had it on average for about $10.99 with a 3.6 star rating with 288 ratings. 3.6 stars out of 5, which is interesting. I checked around. Cellar Tracker had a review that I read, and it was interesting. They gave the score at 88 points, so there's something to be said for that. Wine Searcher. Now here's what I did when I found on Wine Searcher. I went around to Wine Searcher on winedeals.com at Premier Wine and Spirits in New York. That's in Amherst, New York. Had it for $9.99 a bottle. I would expect to see this in New York. Rybrook Wine and Spirit Shop, New York, Portchester, because New York, they have that's kind of a hub for a lot of different wines, you know. $10.95. Potomac Wines and Spirits in Washington, D.C., $10.99. Lucan's Wine and Spirits in Florida, in Dunedin, Florida, for $10.99. Aha, those of you who live in Florida, you didn't think I was going to pronounce that correctly, did you? No, it's not Dunedin. It's Dunedin. Because I'm from Florida, so I know. And Kissimmee. No, it's not Kissimmee. It's Kissimmee. Okay? I'm no rube. Or was I? Grand Wine and Liquor in New York. That's in Astoria, $10.99. It seems to average $10.99 in a lot of places. Grand Wine and Liquor in Astoria. Did I just mention that? Yes, I did. Okay, Mid-Valley Wine and Liquor in New York. That's in Newburgh, $11.25. So we're going up a little bit here. In Calvert Woodley, D.C. in Washington, D.C., $11.99. MacArthur Beverages in D.C., $11.99. They have a lot of beverage places in D.C., don't they? I'm not surprised. D Wine Spot in New York. This in Brooklyn, $12. Anything on the West Coast? I've got New Jersey Central Wine Merchants, $12.99. Union Square Wine and Spirits in New York, $12.99. Finding Wine in North Miami Beach, Florida, $13.30. Well, I'm going through here, and it's all New York, New Jersey, Florida. Yeah, Massachusetts, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Yankee Spirits, $13.99. Wollaston Wines and Spirits in Massachusetts, that's in Quincy, $13.99. Gordon's, did I mention Gordon's? No. Gordon's Fine Wines and Liquors in Massachusetts in Waltham, $13.99. Yeah, it seems to be all on the East Coast. Let me see if you can find somewhere on there. There's someplace in Michigan, Grosse Pointe, Michigan, that's Woods Wholesale and Wine for $14.94. Now, the reason I'm mentioning all this is because I had a tough time finding a Greek wine, much less this one. And when I found this one, I thought, where else can I find it? So it's available. It's available, just not so much in my area, I guess. PJ Wine in New York City, $14.97. Here we go. Here's a California location. The Wine House in San Francisco, California, $14.98. Let's see, now we're back to the East Coast. Yanis Wine Shop in Virginia Beach, Virginia, $14.99. Okay. Indiana. You can get it in Indiana. Conn's Fine Wines and Spirits in Indianapolis, Indiana for $14.99. You can get it at Rochester, New York at Markview Liquor for $14.99. Here we go. Wine.com. You can order from Wine.com in Berkeley, California. $14.99. Let's see, where else? Las Vegas. If you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, Total Wine has it there for $14.99. In Washington State and Bellevue, Total Wine has it there for $14.99. So I guess you can find it probably in the Total Wines in most of those places. I mentioned the Plum Market in Michigan, Bloomfield. No, I guess I didn't. $15.99. Manchester, Connecticut at Manchester Wine and Liquors, $15.99. Yeah, mostly on the East Coast. Well, they have it in a few other places. There are 2 more pages of this. I'm not going to go through them all. You can find it. Google it up. You'll find it. Go to winesearcher.com, wine-searcher.com, and you can. I'm pretty sure you can find it in your area somewhere. So it's around. It is around. But the average price, it looks like between $10 and $15 is basically what people are paying for it. Now, I will tell you what I paid for it. I'll show you because I have the receipt right here from Total Wine and More in Ballantine Commons Parkway in Charlotte, North Carolina, for the Kotrotsos Agiorgitiko. $17.99. That's about $2 more than. Let me go back to that a minute. $17.99. I really did. I paid $17.99 for this. I feel like that. I paid a premium for this wine. We'll go back here for just a second. Wine Searcher. I saw it where in California of all places, which is probably, I would think it would be the most expensive state to buy wine, and it was only where did I see it? Was it $15.99? Is that where I saw it? Oh, goodness. Bellevue, Washington, $14.99. Yeah, even Las Vegas, $14.99. California and Berkeley of all places in California, would you expect it to be $20 a bottle or something? It's $14.99. So I paid $3 more to buy it here in North Carolina. Now I don't know if that's because of the taxes and things like that in North Carolina. I don't know. But I paid $3 more for this bottle of wine here than they're paying for it in California. I should talk to my sister Gina about it. Maybe I wonder if she can get it cheaper. Probably. Let me check the chats again while I'm at it. And Octopus Soup is in the chat tonight on Twitch. Octopus Soup, it's great to see you tonight. How are you doing? He says, "Hi Rick, are you gonna get very drunk on stream today?" I'm not planning on it. No. Are you buzzed, Rick? No, I'm not yet. I haven't even started the wine yet. I'm still in sticker shock over what I paid for it. So I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure I want to drink anymore. I'm just kidding. But it's good to see you here. And stick around. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna toast some national days, and we're going to pair it with some foods, and we're going to tell some dad jokes and all that good stuff. All right, let's see. Let me check everywhere else on Odyssey. Everything's kind of quiet right now. So let's go ahead and try this wine. Eager to taste it. Let's see what we've got here. Smelling a little oaky. And I'm getting a little black cherry, some blackberries in here. Black cherry, blackberry, and yeah, it smells a little earthy. Let me see. Ooh, kind of jammy. Wine's a little bit on the jammy side, but it's not bad. Yeah, I'm getting a little oakiness to the wine, but definitely some cherry, some blackberry, a little mix of a couple of berries there. There's something else in here that couldn't, it's kind of earthy. Yeah, it is kind of jammy. A little on the tart side too. Kind of tart. It's interesting because this has a fairly long finish. Fairly long, decent finish. I don't know that... let me check the chats here one more time. Okay, looks like... go back to Twitch for just a moment. Okay, and Yadagami123 is in the chat. It's great to see you, Yadagami, and tell me how you're doing. Tell me what you're drinking. We are trying a Greek wine for the first time. As a matter of fact, this was a recommendation from one of our viewers on Twitch a couple of months ago, and it took me 2 months to find a Greek wine, but we've found one. Just to catch you up on that. Let's see anything else going on in the chat tonight. I'm just checking all the chats here before we go back to the wine here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this grape because it's a very, very interesting grape. All right, so chats are doing okay. All right, so this is a medium-bodied wine. It is. It's a nice ruby red medium body to it. Nice, and it's a nice looking wine, but it is kind of earthy, and I could smell it was a little bit earthy on the nose here, but it's actually not as earthy now as it was before. Kind of a little bit of spice in here too. And now I seem to be getting a little cranberry in this. I didn't taste that at first. I was chasing some black cherry, but I'm starting to taste a little hint of cranberry in here. And it's actually, and I did mention that it was tart, but I really couldn't make out why it was tart. And then this is kind of, I think that's what's making it tart. Very fruity. Yeah, and yeah, some spice in here. There's some spices, but I will say that the finish is nice. It has a very nice finish to it. And I mentioned when I first looked at it, coming out of the glass, it had some really nice legs to it. Very, very heavy, and they just went down really, really easy. So that's. I don't know if that's really an indication of anything. Some people put a lot of emphasis on why it does that and what it means, but I really don't put that much stock into it personally myself. Sometimes they say it's indicative of the alcohol content. This is only 13%. That's what it says, 13% ABV on it. But it's spicy, and I want to say it has a little bit of a cinnamon taste to it. Yeah, a little hint of cinnamon, quite tart. Pretty good wine though. I didn't know what to expect from it. I really didn't, but it's actually pretty good. It is kind of jammy though. A little bit. It's a little bit on the jammy side, and it's kind of earthy. Kind of has that barnyard earthiness to it, but it's not in a bad way. It's actually quite good. I think I kind of like it. Once again, I've never tried a Greek wine before. This is a new experience for me altogether. I want to say that I'm tasting something else in here, but I'm not really sure what it is. Probably has to open up a little bit more. Maybe a little cedary too. Maybe a little bit, just a hint. But the blackberry, the cherry, I did taste some cherry at the very beginning. I'm not getting it so much, a little more on the blackberry side now. But once again, I think it is a little jammy. This is a dry wine. This is quite a dry wine, and there's some tannin in it. It's not, it's not heavy on the tannins or anything. It's kind of medium tannin, but it is very dry, and it says so on the bottle. It says, it says, I don't know if you can see it from there, dry red wine, and it is indeed a dry red wine, very dry. And I love dry wines. I love dry reds quite a bit, so I'm right at home with this wine. I kind of like it. I really do like the ruby color to it. It's nice. It has a nice... Once again, the lights don't really do it justice. It makes it look a lot darker. It looks a lot more full-bodied than it is. But here, from my perspective, it's just kind of a medium-bodied wine. But it tastes medium-bodied, goes down well. But I tell you, the finish is really nice. It has a very elegant finish at the end, very end. It kind of like smooths out and sort of fades out at the end slowly. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. I would say it's a pretty good wine to drink on its own, but I think we're going to pair it with some foods and see how it pairs with the foods. Let's go back to the chats first for just a moment. And Yadagami wants to know, what wine are you tasting today? Sorry, just connected to the chat. It is, this is what, I did show it to you, didn't I? I think. It's called, this is Kotrotsos. It's an Agiorgitiko. This is a 2019 Greek wine. And once again, I've never tried a Greek wine before. It's my first time doing that. Of all my years of drinking wine, nearly 60 years, because I started drinking wine when I was really young. Being from an Italian family, that's what we did. And I've got a picture somewhere. Maybe I'll show it later if I can think about it. But of all these years of drinking wine, I don't recall ever trying a Greek wine before. Anyway, I had never had a Pinotage before I stumbled across a Pinotage a few years ago, and it's become one of my favorite go-to wines. The wine, Pinotage is a wine from South Africa. They have their very own grape, and I think it's pretty cool. This grape is interesting. We're going to learn more about this grape in just a few minutes. Before we do, let's go ahead and do the tasting. Let's pair some foods with it. Now, I don't know. I think this would probably go fine with Greek food. I don't have any Greek food per se. I have some pizza, which is getting quite cold now. So we'll try it with the pizza. It's pretty cold now. Pizza was good tonight. It's just really cold. And I'll pour a little bit more of this. I'm liking this wine so far. Greek wine. Wow. Okay, that was interesting. Not necessarily in a bad way. It was interesting. Normally, I'm having a Chianti or a Pinot or a some other Italian. Well, Pinot's not. I wouldn't call it Italian wine, but I often do have a pizza with a Pinot Noir. But a Chianti, a Rosso, or something like that. That's what I usually have with my pizzas. Never had a Greek wine with pizza before. That was interesting. I'm going to clear the palate. Oh, it was okay. It wasn't bad. I think it's the cheese and the sauce that did that. I'm going to clear the palate with some water. Let's go back to camera 3. let's try it with the cheddar. Now, I don't know. Once again, I don't know how this is going to pair with cheeses. I would imagine that this wine, being a Greek wine, would naturally pair with maybe a feta cheese or something like that. But I don't have any feta cheese. I don't have any Greek food here with me. I love Greek food. I've just never had it with Greek wine that I can recall. Let's try it with cheese. This is a good, this Cracker Barrel cheddar. I think it's a medium cheddar. Oh, that was interesting. Added a new dimension to that cheese. It was, it kind of accentuated that barnyard flavor that I was telling you about before. Kind of really earthy. It kind of really magnified the earthiness of the wine. Oh, that was interesting. I would try it again, but I don't think I'm going to. Let me clear the palate instead. And let's try it. Let's try it with the Gouda, the double cream Gouda. I'll try it with that. This is the Trader Joe's double cream Gouda. I'll try it with that. I need more wine. Now the Gouda cheese might go okay with this. Let's see. Not bad. And it's creamy. The thing is about the Trader Joe's double cream Gouda, we've tried this with over 100 wines here on this show. Had the double cream Gouda with it. Pretty close to 100 wines, if not more. And we've never had a miss. In fact, the Gouda has saved a couple of wines that were not that great, and pairing it with the Gouda, it actually improved the wine. But this time, I think they went pretty well together. It wasn't bad. The Gouda is a little bit softer cheese, and I think that's kind of what works best with this wine. Is a softer cheese, and that's why I was saying maybe a feta or something like that would probably go fine with this wine. And you know, it's not surprising because when you're talking about regional wines, it's pretty much a given that a wine from a certain region or certain country is really going to pair best with foods from that region or that country. They seem to go, the type of food and the type of wine from that same region or country tend to match up pretty well together. So it's just not a surprise. They tend to complement each other. So I think it'd probably be fine with some Greek food. You know what I wish I had with me, and something that I really love is I love the spinach pie. How do you pronounce it? The spanakopita. The I can't even pronounce it, but I love to eat it. Spinach pie, you know, with the phyllo dough and the spinach filling and all that kind of stuff. I love spinach pie. I think this is just a guess, but from tasting this wine, I have a guess that it would probably go very well with a piece of spinach pie. Just guessing. I only wish I had one here to try it with, and I could snap my fingers and go bing, but that's not going to happen. So there you go. All right, let me check the chat one more time here in Facebook. I don't want to miss anyone on Facebook. Last time I went on, and then I forgot people on Facebook were watching, and then I forgot them. I didn't mean to do that, folks. I really don't. You are very important to me, each and every one of you. Okay, I'm just checking, but I have to check all these chats manually as I go through. I have all these windows open for the chats. All right, so we've tasted it with these, we paired it with some foods. Let's find out a little bit more about this grape. This is a very interesting grape, the Agiorgitiko. Now, let me explain to you what what I'm saying here, because I'm not 100% sure I know what I'm saying. So let me show you how this is spelled. Agiorgitiko. And it's pronounced Agiorgitiko with a soft G, not a hard G, not an Agiorgitiko or an Agiorgitiko or something like that. It's sort of an Agiorgitiko. I know because I looked it up. I had to because I had no idea what this was before today. Agiorgitiko. I'm being honest. Yeah. Agiorgitiko. That's the grape. And that's how you pronounce it. And so I'm going to read up a little bit on this grape here. And I'm pulling this from Wikipedia because, as we all know, Wikipedia is all... No, it's not. I just pulled it up because it was convenient, because it's more or less open source, so I... and I don't want to get any DCMA takedowns. You know, I actually, last week, I got a ding from Facebook where they censored a part of my show last week. And that's another... I'm going to save that for my rant here in a little bit. But they did. They sent me a notice saying that we had to mute part of about a minute of your show, and they didn't really explain why. They just say because of a possible copyright violation. Now, as everyone knows, the music that I use is all pretty much that is Creative Commons music that's produced by... as a matter of fact, I actually purchased a lot. I didn't have to, as long as I gave him credit for it, and I do, but I actually purchased the license for it. So I had the license for it, okay? So it's licensed to me. So, legally. And from Kevin MacLeod. And it's his music. It's called Sweeter Vermouth, as a matter of fact. That's what the piece is called, Sweeter Vermouth, if anyone has ever wondered what the music is called. And I picked it out because it had wine in the name, and it sounded pretty cool. So I just went ahead and used it. But I not only give him full credit for it, but I also said, hey, I want to go ahead and buy a license so I can use this to my heart's content. And he said, here, have at it. So that's what I did. So I don't think it was the music, because I've been using it for the last couple of years. And I don't think it was I don't know of anything else that they would have muted it for, that I can think of at the moment. So I don't know what they had a problem with. But I wish they would tell me, because they didn't really tell me. They just put it up there and I'm telling you. I'm going into my rant now. I should save my rant for later. Anyway, let's learn a little bit about this grape, shall we? Okay. Agiorgitiko. And I'm reading this from Wikipedia. This is the free encyclopedia. It's free. Okay, so that's why I'm reading it. But I'm giving the full credit for this, and I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to pull snippets. Agiorgitiko is a red Greek wine grape variety that, as of 2012, was the most widely planted red grape variety in Greece. The grape has traditionally been grown in the Nemea region of the Peloponnese, but can be found throughout the country, including Attica, or what's known as Attica, and Macedonia. And it says here, according to Wikipedia, one of the more commercially important indigenous Greek varieties. It can exhibit a wide range of characteristics, from soft to very tannic, depending on factors in the growing and winemaking processes. The grape is typically made as a varietal, although it is notably blended with a Cabernet Sauvignon in the area around Metsovo to make the table wine traditionally called Katoy. In the region of Nemea, it is often made into rosés of oak-aged red wines. The wines are known for their high level of fruitiness, but tend to lack some acidity and body. This has a little bit of acidity to it, a fair amount of acidity. The red wine produced from the grape is characteristically spicy with notes of plum. It has low acidity but good fruitiness and coloring. I don't know, as I said before, I think this has a fair amount of acidity in it. I haven't tried it in the last few minutes, but it seemed like there was a little bit to it. Not high, but some. Agiorgitiko is generally planted in dry, infertile soil to encourage the production of fewer but more concentrated grapes, ripening after mid-September. And that's from Wikipedia, once again. So that's a little bit about the grape. That's what I have here. Now, as far as what they said about the, it is a varietal, as far as what they said, spicy, and I did mention it is a little bit spicy, but the spices that I got out of it, kind of pretty much I got some cinnamon out of it. And let's see if I can get anything else now that's opened up a little bit. Looks like the cranberry the taste is subdued somewhat. It seemed a little bit higher in the cranberry. It's lost a little bit of its tartness. I don't know if that's because I've been eating its cheese or what, but it seems to have lost a little bit of its tartness as it's opened up. But I am getting, the cinnamon's still there. And it says notes of plum. I don't know if I'm really getting any plum out of this. Not really. I'm not getting any plum out of it right now. Some berries, the cherries subsided. I'm not really getting cherry anymore. It's still a little bit of blackberry. Let me check the chats one more time, see who's in the chat. Okay, kind of quiet in the chat. Although we have folks on Twitch. And Yatagami, how you doing, by the way? And Octopus Soup. And I know I'm still not buzzed yet. Although I did get a little bit of a buzz up here. My wife, my lovely wife, she gave me a haircut just so I could prepare for the show tonight. So I got a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a buzz cut on the side. That's about as buzzed as I am right now. Of course, that could change over the course of this show. So we'll see. All right, let's toast some days. Let's toast some. Everybody ready to toast some national days? What are you drinking tonight, Yatagami? An octopus soup. Let me know what you're drinking. Are you ready? We can do some toasting. Let's do some toasting. I'm going to pull up the wave here. Let's do the wave. I'll do the wave. Fill up the wine glasses and let's toast some national days because we do have some national days to toast. There are only 59 minutes left in the day, so let's make the most of it. All right, let's see what we've got. And this comes from nationaldaycalendar.com. Nationaldaycalendar.com. That is Marlo Anderson's website, which, by the way, I want to congratulate Marlo. You know what? Before we do the wave, let's, I want to give Marlo a congratulations. Whoops, that's not good. Hold on a second. Yeah, congratulations, Marlo. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons today. All right, where are my fireworks? I lost my fireworks. I know because I set it up for something else, didn't I? Where are my fireworks here? I've got to give Marlo a bit of a toast. So what happened to my fireworks? I don't want to stop the show just to go look for my fireworks. Okay, fireworks. I can't see them here. Blue. I got the blue wave in it. Oh well, we'll forgo the fireworks for the day. And oh wait. No, that's not it. Spent all night looking for my fireworks. I don't know where they went. Okay. Anyway, never mind the fireworks. What was I going to do? Oh, yes. Here we go. Back to the wave. I do want to congratulate my good friend Marlo Anderson, CEO of NationalDayCalendar.com, because he was trying to get Friday. This past week was, I forgot which day it was. It was the 13th, I believe. It was National French Fry Day. And everybody went on a campaign. He got all these write-ins and went on a campaign to change National Friday to none other than a Friday, and that seemed to make sense, and I was all for that. I put in my vote, and lo and behold, it happened. He made it happen. National Friday was changed to the Friday after the 13th, I believe. So, which would have been the 15th this year. So he got National Friday to be on a Friday. Makes perfect sense. Anyway, Marlo, here's to you. Congratulations. I went long on that one. All right, so July 16th, which is today for about 57 more minutes, it is National Corn Fritters Day. Do you like corn fritters? I can't eat corn fritters anymore, but I like them. Here you go. Here's National Corn Fritters Day. I'll drink to that. It's also, today, July 16th, 2022, is also National Personal Chef's Day. Do you have a personal chef? I have a personal chef. Her name is Chi. She's my lovely wife, Chi. And she creates some wonderful, wonderful dishes. Here's your National Personal Chef's Day. July 16th is also Toss Away the Could-Haves and Should-Haves Day. That's the third Saturday in July. Toss away the could-haves and should-haves day. You know, you ever have those regrets where I coulda, woulda, shoulda? You got to toss those away. No more coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know, it's I'm going to get another DCMA takedown for this, aren't I? Or something like this. Could do my Yoda impression. I'm almost afraid to do it just simply because of the fact that I might have Facebook muting me for another minute. All right. Well, let's forego the impressions tonight. Toss away the could-haves and should-haves day. I'll drink to that. July 17th, which is tomorrow in about 55 minutes. July 17th, 2022 is National Lottery Day. National Lottery Day. Do you play the lottery? I do not play I have. I mean, I've probably everybody's played the lottery at one point in their lives. My mother-in-law used to play the lottery fairly religiously, I might add. She would get some money and she would say, I want to go play lotto. And she would buy a bunch of lotto tickets. I don't think she ever won. Well, if she did, it was only a few bucks here or there. She never really won the lotto, but she spent a lot of money on it over her lifetime. I know people who do play the lotto a lot, and I'll just say, it's their choice. It's your choice if you wouldn't like to play the lotto. I'm not much for that because I consider it. I remember a guy on the radio that used to call the lottery. No, I'm not going to repeat it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he did not think well of the lottery. You're throwing your money away. And come on, you may think it's for a good cause, like they use, like up here, it's the educational lottery. It's the education lottery where all this money goes to education. I'm sure some of it does. I'm pretty sure most of it is not. I mean, if that were the case, then people wouldn't be winning a lot of money in the lottery, would they? If most of the money was going towards education, the lottery winnings wouldn't be as high as they are, right? I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, where else would they be getting the money from to pay out the winners? So I would say that a lot of that is going towards the winners and not I'll put it to you this way: if the lottery, as much money as the lottery pulls in, if all that goes going towards education, why am I still paying property taxes on my house for our school system here? It seems to me that they wouldn't need it. National Lottery Day. I'm going to skip that one. National, you can toast that if you want. I'm not a big fan of the lottery, to be honest. National Peach Ice Cream Day is tomorrow, and I will drink to that because I like peach ice cream. I love ice cream. National Peach Ice Cream Day. I will drink to that. It's also National Tattoo Day. Do you have a tattoo? I don't have any tattoos. I used to watch Tattoo. Boss, the plane. Uh-oh. Here comes another DCMA takedown. I gotta, no more. See, that's why I have to do my really bad impressions, because if they're good impressions, I could get dinged by Facebook. Who knows? Am I being funny? Kind of, sort of. It's also my commentary. National Tattoo Day. Okay, National Yellow Pig Day. Now I have to explain this one. Tomorrow is National Yellow Pig Day. Do you have any idea what National Yellow Pig Day is? What is a yellow pig? Do you know what a yellow pig is? National Yellow Pig Day. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to read this, and this is coming from nationaldaycalendar.com. I had no idea, but this intrigues me. And it's not, probably not what you think. Unless you're a mathematician, it's not what you think. National Yellow Pig Day history. I'm going to read that in a minute. Okay, here's what National Yellow Pig Day is. July 17th. This is coming from nationaldaycalendar.com. National Yellow Pig Day on July 17th honors the unique attributes of the number 17 and its significance to mathematics. Yeah, you thought it had to do with yellow pigs. I don't know what the number 17 has to do with yellow pigs. If you don't think the number 17 plays any role in our lives, consider these facts. I'm reading this from National Day Calendar again. Now here. The number 17 is a premium number in the arena of prime numbers. Add the first four prime numbers together, and 17 is their sum. I did not know that. The average school bus weighs 17 tons with passengers inside. Kind of depends on how much each passenger weighs, doesn't it? Each of the following words has 17 letters. Interdisciplinary, telecommunication, misinterpretation, commercialization, and electrophotometer. I'm sure there are a lot more that have 17 letters, but these are the ones that... and I guess supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is not one of them. The atomic number of chlorine is 17. Did you know that? Pebble Beach has a specific road known as the 17-mile drive along the Monterey Peninsula in California. However, the exact length of the road is 16.78 miles. And the 17th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gave the citizens of the United States the right to elect their senators by popular vote. Before the states ratified the amendment on April 8, 1913, each state's legislature would elect the senators to Congress. So there you go. That is National Yellow Pig Day on July 17th. Also, NationalDayCalendar.com gives you some recommendations on how to celebrate National Yellow Pig Day. You can brush up on your calculus and round up your yellow pigs. Look for the number 17. It's everywhere. See how many times you can find the number 17 in the newspaper on July 17th. When was the last time anybody even read a newspaper? I don't know. Do 17 jumping jacks. That's healthy. Order a round of drinks for 17 people. You big spender, you. All right. I'll drink to that. And if one of those 17 people is me, I'll drink to that. Eat 17 spoonfuls of peach ice cream, because you remember it's Peach Ice Cream Day. Buy 17 lottery tickets. Not for me. Get 17 tattoos, a number 17 tattoo. I'll skip that one too. Okay. That was National Yellow Pig Day. I still want to know why it's called... Oh, wait. They have something here. National Day Calendar has something here on National Yellow Pig Day history. I'm going to read this too. Our research found National Pig Day originates sometime during the 1960s. Two mathematicians by the name of Michael Spivak and David Kelly were analyzing the random properties of the number 17 and a mysterious yellow pig. Ah, okay, now we're getting somewhere. It seems the process became excessive and professional, whatever that means. Kelly gave lectures and taught classes around yellow pig, and Spivak made publications in several mathematics tests. While not based upon it, Spivak does subtly reference the number 17 and yellow pig. Well, there you go. That's the history behind National Yellow Pig Day, according to nationaldaycalendar.com, because that's where I read it. I read it there first. All right, here's to National Yellow Pig Day. I'll drink to that. All right, what else do we have here besides Yellow Pig Day? We have World Emoji Day. Today is National World, well, tomorrow in about 44 minutes, well, 46 minutes, I'm reading the time wrong, is World Emoji Day. I'll drink to World Emoji Day, why not? It's also Wrong Way Corrigan Day. And it's National Ice Cream Day. Third Sunday in July is National Ice Cream Day. We've been waiting for that, right? So tomorrow, it's not only National Peach Ice Cream Day, but it's also National Ice Cream Day in general. So if you don't like peach ice cream, have another flavor because it's still National Ice Cream Day. Well, there you go. I will drink to that. National Ice Cream Day. And with that does it for the national days. Once again, this is what we've been drinking. We've been drinking the Kotrotsos Agiorgitiko. This is a 2019 red wine from Greece. Yes, it is a Greek red wine made with the Agiorgitiko grape, which we just learned about. So there you go. You'll learn something here on this show. How about that? This show is not only entertaining, but educational as well. You'll learn something about grapes. I know I did. I'm learning something else right now, is that I think I better slow down on this a little bit. 13% alcohol by volume still. Okay, Yadagami, you might get your wish here. I'm going to pace myself this for the rest of the show. We're not even halfway down the bottle. Wow. About a third of the way into the bottle, so I haven't had that much, actually. All right. Let me check the chats once again. And anything going on here? Everybody got quiet. People are watching, but they're just real quiet. Don't be afraid to step up and say hi. All right. Where are we? What's next on the agenda? Oh, dad jokes. I was going to tell a few dad jokes. Let's tell a few dad jokes. Okay. I have some dad jokes, a few of them, for this week. Let's do some dad jokes. And I'm reading this from the Daily Dose of Dad Jokes, 365 Truly Terrible Wisecracks. You have been warned. By Taylor Kelmus and Peter L. Harmon. So we're gonna read a few dad jokes here. How about that? All right. We'll start with May. What's today? May 16th. Just a few more minutes. Not May. What am I saying? July. Maybe I have had too much. Okay, Yadagami. maybe I have reached that point. July. Did I say 16th? There we go. Okay. Here go. July, because there's one for every day of the year. So this is for the 16th of July. Do I have my, yes, okay. 16th of July. Why don't you ever want to run in front of a car? You ready? You'll get tired. Yeah. Why don't you ever want to run oh, this is a two-parter, actually. Why don't you ever want to run behind a car? You'll get exhausted. I don't have a... I'll just give the rim shot anyway. Why not? July 17th. I could never figure out how to fasten my seatbelt, but then it clicked. July 18th. Once, when walking down the street, a man found a locket with a picture of a charming lady inside. He devoted his life to finding this woman, searching for years and years. When his friends asked him how he stayed hopeful, the man said, I just really admire an independent woman. Really. I didn't write this, okay? That was bad even for me. All right, July 19th. Why wasn't the sweet potato allowed in the band? They wanted to have a yam session. Yeah. July 20th. I can never make reservations at the library. They're always completely booked. There goes a rim shot. July 21st. My wife enjoys it when I blow air on her when she's hot, but honesty... Okay, I messed that up. Let me try this again. Take two. Where's my... I'm losing all my props. Okay, take two. Let's try it again. My wife enjoys it when I blow air on her when she's hot, but honestly, I'm not a fan. Yeah. I think I've read this one before. July 22nd. Did you hear old MacDonald's son joined the army? They call him E.I.G.I. Joe. Yeah, that was a good one. And for July 23rd. Dad, I don't like oyings. Kid, what's annoying? Dad, this joke. Yeah, it was very annoying. That'll do it for the dad jokes this week. Why not? Well, if you got any good dad jokes or bad dad jokes, just send them to me. Just send them over to rick@savoymedia.com, rick@savoymedia.com, and I'll read them. And, well, you could win a pair of these Drink with Rick coasters. And maybe if I have any left, I might send you a button, too. Yeah, I have the Drink with Rick buttons. I have a Drink with Rick button. There we go. I have a few of these left. Why not? I can give those away as well. All right. Anything else going on in the chat? And we can close this up for tonight. I think we're getting close. It's about time for this final review, I think. All right, I think we've had enough fun tonight, have we? All right, let's close it up for now. Yanagami says you should try Roscato Sweet Red, really good wine, in case you haven't tried it before. Yeah, Roscato Sweet Red. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever tried it. I'm not really big on sweet wines per se, but I'd be willing to try it if you think it's a good wine. You say it's a really good wine. Let me see. Let me see. Let me write this down. Roscato Sweet Red here. Huh? It sounds familiar. I wonder if I had this wine before. I'll have to look that up. I will check it out. Thanks for the recommendation, Yatagami. Appreciate it. And yeah, I do. I take the recommendation seriously. This wine was a recommendation, and I have done a number of other wines, in the past that were recommendations. And as a matter of fact, next week we are going to do a wine that was a recommendation from a friend of mine. As a matter of fact, Mike Smith from the Mike Tech Show, who's also on Twitch, by the way. He's an IT guy, an old friend of mine, and he, I was in his, I was watching his after show about a week or so ago, and he was drinking a where is it? A Coppola, excuse me. Francis Coppola wine, sitting right over there. It was a diamond collection, and it was a what was this thing over here? It's a claret. He recommended. Maybe this is starting to affect me. Anyway, he was trying, and he says, you got to try this. And I said, okay, well, I'll see if I can find one and review it on the show in a couple of weeks. And so that's what I'm going to do. It came from a recommendation from Mike. So I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to open that up. We'll open up the claret and see how it is, and I'll give it a fair review. Anyway, this is my final review on the on this wine. This is let me pull it up again. This is what we're drinking. Kotrotsos Agiorgitiko 2019. This is a Greek wine from Greece. And I can tell you that I really like this wine. It's pretty good. It is medium body, medium tannin. It's not bad, and it has some dark fruit in it. It has a blackberry. It tastes a little bit of cherry or black cherry in the very beginning, but that kind of went away. A little bit of blackberry, a little cedary, and it's it kind of has that barnyard kind of taste to it a little bit. A little tartness at the very beginning, but that tartness seems to have subsided a little bit. The cranberry kind of went away, but there was some cranberry at the very beginning. It was actually quite smooth in the finish. I actually liked the finish. It was kind of it kind of trailed off nicely at the very end. I thought it was good. And medium tannin, I mentioned that already, and it's a very dry red. This is a dry red wine, and I rather like it. I rather like the wine. A little oaky, so and earthy, but and if you don't like really earthy wines, and it was a little jammy at first, but that jamminess kind of subsided as well a little bit. I think this jammy. I don't know. Let me try it again. Yeah, the jamminess seemed to have subsided a little bit as well. It seemed to have mellowed out as it's opened up. It seemed to have mellowed out quite a bit. Kind of like how I have mellowed out as I've gotten older. Probably not. I don't know. It depends on who you talk to. I suppose. Anyway, so that's my final review on the wine. I like it. It's averaged about $10.99 to $15.99 across the country, although I paid $17.99 a total wine in my area in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm still not sure how I got to be $15.99 in California, which technically I expected to be a lot higher than what I paid for it, but apparently I paid more for it than what they're paying for it over there. So maybe I have to go to my local Total Wine and talk to them about that. I don't know. But it's still a decent buy. I mean, it doesn't make it a bad buy at all. I'd say $17.99. I think I've got my $18 worth out of the wine. It's actually pretty decent. I like it. And it went, I tell you, as far as the foods are concerned, it was interesting with the pizza. I'm not sure that it went great with the cheddar, but I did like it with the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda. That seems to work for just about every wine we've tried it with. So that's not bad at all. I liked it with that. So I can recommend this wine. I would say it's probably going to go better with Greek food than with Italian food. But that's just my opinion on it. I haven't actually tried it with any Greek food, but I could imagine that would probably, I imagine it would probably go great with a spinach pie or something. But and before we go, I want to close out one more time with a reminder that you can, if you want, you can pick up a couple of these Drink with Rick coasters. These are popular coasters, by the way. People really love these coasters, and I've had, I've been receiving requests for these coasters. I'm sending some out, as a matter of fact, this coming week. And for those who are waiting for their coasters, they are on the way. And let me see if I can get back to camera 3 here. All right, so here's how you do it. We're doing a thing for the month of July. 2 free Drink with Rick coasters. Okay, whoops, dropped some of my equipment on the floor. Didn't mean to. Anyway, this is how it's going to work. What you do is there's a limit of 2 per person. Continental U.S. only. If you're in the continental U.S., you can, the contiguous 48 states there, you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope, just put the stamped envelope into another envelope and send it right off to me. Send it to Savoya Media Coaster Offer, 6420 Ray Road, that's REA, Ray Road, Suite A1, number 209, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28277. I'm going to read that again. Savoya Media Coaster Offer, 6420 Ray, REA, Road, Suite A1, number 209, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28277. Now, if you do this, send in your self-addressed stamped envelope, I will send you 2 free Drink with Rick coasters. I'm going to slip them right in here, and this is how it worked. I put them, so I'm going to put them right in. Well, let me see if I can got one here. I do, as a matter of fact. See, you can put them in an envelope. Here's an example, and I just slip them right in there and mail it and seal it up and mail it right back to you, and you get your Drink with Rick coasters for free. And that's how it works. Now, I have a limited supply of these. I've already given some out. I had an extra box of them that I didn't realize that I still had a whole box of them at the very beginning. So last month when we started it, I was saying, well, I can only give them out to the first 10 people that send in their self-addressed stamped envelopes, but I found another box of them, so I've got more to send out. So as long as they're lasting, as long as I've got them, I will send them out to you. So they go fairly quickly, so I would say if you want to act on it, act now. Got till July 31st, or it has to be postmarked by July 31st. You don't have to send it by July 31st, but if you have it postmarked by July 31st, then I should be able to send them to you as long as I have them. In other words, while supplies last, and supplies are limited. So if you want to get your coasters, go ahead and send them in. Anyway, that's my thing for tonight. Yadagami says, you're welcome. You can find it in Food Lion. Roscato Sweet Red at Food Lion. Let me make a note of that. All right, I'll go look for one of these. We have plenty of Food Lions around here. I've got one near my office in Rock Hill, so I go there from time to time. So the next time I'm over there, I will check it out. Thanks once again. Appreciate the recommendation, Yadagami. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you watching this live stream tonight. It really means a lot to me. Thanks for being in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching me on Facebook. Didn't jump in the chat, but we're watching. And on YouTube. And, of course, on Twitch. Thank you for being here with me, Octopus Soup and Yadagami, and everyone else who was watching, all the other viewers. And let's see, and Odyssey as well. Thank you for being here. And Twitter. Now, I really don't have you know what, I did not, and I apologize for those watching me on Twitter, I did not put up I've got the feed going on there, but I did not pull up my Twitter, the actual live stream going on, the actual live incoming comments. So yeah, I've got some notifications here. Sorry about that, folks, for those who are watching me and were commenting, but I didn't see it, but yeah. So, well, thanks anyway for watching. I really appreciate it. It's kind of hard with the tweets because sometimes it's kind of sporadic, and we don't have an official chat going here on Twitter. It's just whenever I see the notifications come in. At this point, there is one more thing I want to do for tonight. I want to bring up my good friend. If I can bring him up. He's not on the floor. He's still... There we go. You know who it is? It's Roadkill Bill. Yes, good old Roadkill Bill. He has a message for everyone. Hi, Roadkill. Bill. His message, of course, is do not drink and drive. One of these days, we're going to have to play the legend of Roadkill Bill and the origin story of Roadkill Bill and how he became Roadkill Bill. It's a sad, sad story indeed. Which is why he has this message, this lesson for everyone. Do not drink and drive. Please drink from the comfort of your home, your office, your hotel room, your apartment, your dwelling, wherever it is. Please do not drink and drive. If you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend, or, the best thing to do is just stay put. Please, it's not worth it. You're putting yourselves in danger, but you're also risking the welfare of others around you, and think of them, if not for yourself. Please don't drink and drive. Please don't text and drive, because that's bad too. And Bill, I did not give you a proper entry, did I? No, I didn't. Here's Roadkill Bill, as we all know and love him. Yes. Back to the floor with you, Bill. You had your applause. Okay. Look, I don't like to harp on that sort of thing, but it's because I care about each and every one of you. And I know you're too smart to do this sort of thing, but I kind of feel, it's my public civic duty. Because I am drinking, and I don't want to promote anything that would be a negative perception of drinking, which is why I drink in moderation, and I do not drink and drive. I want to please ask you to do the same, because I care about you. And also, I want to enjoy your company every week on the Saturday Night Wine Stream. I want you all to have a great week, but most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So we can all get together here next week. Same time, same channel. And we can all get together on the Saturday Night Wine Stream and drink with Rick. Good night.